Hello, Sagittarius. Elsie here to do a reading for you. It is a weekly reading, Sag. How are you, my fire family? I hope you're well. Thanks so much for clicking here. I am here with some oracles. That's what's sort of tickling my brain this week. And I'm going to throw down some oracles for overall energy for whenever you get this. Today, tomorrow, next year. It could resonate today. It probably won't for a lot of you. And that's okay because we're not all at the same place at the same time. No need to report if it doesn't resonate with you. It doesn't matter. I'm not reading for you if it doesn't resonate. But thank you so much for clicking here. I appreciate you, Sag. I just want to say thank you for all the ways that you've been loving me this year. And for those of you who just hang out with me here all the time and come back and be loyal, thank you so much for that. I appreciate you. If you're brand new and you've just shown up here, welcome to all the shenanigans. I hope that you'll stay. And if you decide to stay, I'll try not to let you down. At the end of this read, I'm going to tell you about extendeds. I'm also going to tell you about private reads if you're interested in that. Let's find out what is going on, my friends. For Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Sag. What does Sag need to know for this weekly reading? Oh, we've got good luck. Now, look, you guys know if you've watched me for any length of time that I don't really believe in luck, but we do have a 10 here. And a 10 indicates to me that there is the end of a chapter because something is about to begin. 10s are the ending, but when we break it down numerologically, when we break 10s down to ones are the beginning of something. So with endings come new beginnings. And it feels like whatever's coming is of good rapport. It's going to feel good. It's going to feel like good luck. Luck for me, when I talk about the universe, doesn't really fit in because the universe is very organized and luck is very chaotic and non-selective. And so it's going to feel like good luck, though. It's going to feel like a stroke of good luck here. Let's find out what's going on. Look, if you're looking down, you could come across pennies or dimes. And if you are, that could be an indication that around the corner, something of good rapport is going to be showing up for you. Let's find out what's going on for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. We've got awareness. Okay. So it's almost as if somebody or something, the universe has dropped pennies or nickels or dimes or some sort of coins on the ground to bring your awareness to something. And I feel like the awareness is that the end is here, like the end of a hard cycle, maybe financially. Could be the end of a hard financial cycle is here. And that going forward, things are going to feel a lot more smooth or a lot more lucky. We've got awareness. I feel like awareness is being like you're getting some sort of a download, but I think that the way the universe is getting your attention is very interesting. Let's talk more. One more card and then we'll get to the tarot. Tell me about Sagittarius. You are getting downloads, my friend. This is the Magician energy, by the way, in this deck. This is the Magician energy. The black lining indicates that this is a major arcana. And so it feels to me like there is something that you'll be creating that is of worth, right? Value, worth, because the money is here. And it feels like you've created some sort of a valuable or worthy cycle that's going to feel like a stroke of good luck. Tell me more about Sagittarius. We've got courage. So have courage, friend, because whatever you've been asking for, I feel is on the way. We've got lightning. And in this deck, this is, what is it? I don't remember what it's called. But look, if you look in my, if you look in the membership, not the membership, but if you look in the description, you will see the link to my, my store on Amazon. And this deck is in there. Yeah, I don't remember what it's called. Sorry. But lightning, right? Lightning is disruption. Disruption is the tower. So I want to say that because deception and envy is here, I want to say that this tower is deception. This is actually a shift. And the shift, I feel, although you're going to feel a little bit of lack, card 41 is a 5, although you're going to feel a lack while things are shifting, I believe that this is deception. It feels like a mask is being lifted at this time, and you're about to see something clearer than you ever saw it before. You're about to see something for what it actually is, rather than something that you thought it may have been. That actually this heartache and loss is not a heartache or a loss at all. Most people are scared of the Tower because the Tower indicates that something is shifting or something is moving or an illusion is falling. We do have, see, this one is about anchor and stability. That's very interesting because card number 16 is the Tower in the tarot, and then we have this disruption or lightning card, which is representative of the tarot, or sorry, of the Tower in this particular oracle deck. And we've got, I feel like the deception is the Tower. I feel like you think it's going to be something bad when it's not. I think it's going to be something good. It's going to see you as thriving. It feels like it is something that looks like you're like, oh God, here it comes. But the third eye is open. And I think that the third eye is looking at this as though this is a shift for the better, that it's going to shift you into a place of thriving in your life. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about the tarot. Tell me about Sagittarius, the fire family. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me what could be coming up for Sagittarius. Sagittarius placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Sag. I think there's a whole party of planets going on in your sign right now. It's all good news, I think. Let's find out what's going on here. It is good news. Look at that, the 9 of Cups. There is something here that's going to make you very happy because the end of maybe possibly not having enough money, there's 11 cents here, I'm going to say, but I feel like it is more than 10. It's like this is the 10 cents, which is the end of the cycle. And then one more drops in to let you know that you're past the end of the cycle. The 9 of Cups is wish fulfillment, but is also something that you've built by yourself. This is something you've done to yourself, been by yourself. You're happy within because you're happy within, not because anybody gave it to you. There is an awareness of that, I feel, coming up for you, whether that's now or in the future. It feels like there is an awareness coming up that things feel like they're moving in the right direction. We've got the Hanged Man, because it feels like everything was stalled there for a while, and I think that things are going to start moving quicker. I'm just going to say we can see all these colors here, but you can see that the water is smashing against the rocks, and it feels almost as if somebody, well, we've got purple here, we've got purple here. It feels like the third eye is opening and somebody is seeing the things for what they were. So I think that the water crashing up against the rocks is sort of representative of it can hurt, right? Emotions can hurt. But I feel like there is an awareness here that there is a pause for a while for a reason. It was so you would find your inner happiness, Sag, so you didn't depend on external validations in order to make you happy. Look, 99% of people get into relationships because they want someone to come in and make them happy. I feel like you're already happy, I'm going to say. And that's the place to be. Because when somebody shows up and you expect them to come to your life and make you happy, they already have a job before they get there. But I feel like I'm speaking to somebody here who is feeling already like things are moving in the right direction, that you see value in making yourself happy first. And I think that that's why you were in the pause. I think the awareness is that I needed to put everything on pause for a moment in order to make myself happy. Tell me more about Sagittarius. We've got the Chariot. So it's the courage to get everything in order. The Chariot is moving quickly, the fastest moving card in the deck. This is victory. This is success. You're moving quickly towards success, but it's also stability and discipline. It's like this person has to have good balance to be on the back of that carriage while it's moving quickly, because you can see that the horses are moving fast, but they need to be in sync and they need to be sort of at the same type of gallop in order to not overturn the cart. So I feel like this courage is part of the discipline that is here for you before you begin to move into the future here. There is some sort of victory coming in the future and things are going to feel like they're moving a little bit easier. I think that it's you're coming to some sort of an awareness that the pause that was not punishment, it was preparation. It feels like the pause that you were in is giving you perspective now. You understand that you needed a little bit of courage and discipline in order to move forward here. to get your success. So actually the tower that you experienced, that was a deception. It's not that the tower didn't happen. It's that the tower happened because something good was supposed to come of it. Right? Thriving. It was teaching you patience. So whatever ended for you here was teaching you patience and teaching you how to heal the inner chaos that was going on. We've got butterflies all around this tornado here. It feels like you were being taught patience. You were being taught that you can heal the self, and you should, before you get into another situation that demands of your time, energy, efforts, money, your relationship. It could be relationship related. Tell me what the 9 of Cups and the good luck is here, please. I feel like you're at the end of a cycle of being happy alone. I'm going to say things are about to change here. Oh, just as I say that, the death card comes out. Things are about to change here. Death is definitely transformation. It's the end of a chapter of you being happy and alone, happy and single, happy and by yourself. And if this is not something that is romantically related for you, I feel like there's a change coming in your wish fulfillment. And it feels like it could be financially related because we do see the coins here, right? You could be getting a raise. You could be finding coins. That might be indicating that something is moving in the right direction around you here. We've got the 2 of Swords. The 2 of Swords is encouraging you to listen to your intuition, to use your senses, right? Because this person has got their eyes covered, but they're ready to take a shot anyway. This person is using their hearing, they're using their smell, they're using their balance, they're using all of their other senses to hit the target, whether it be moving or not. So the 2 of Swords here is a decision. It's a hard decision, but it also is a decision that's asking you to not believe what you see, to use your intuition, to know that something is coming up here that you're going to be asked to make a decision about. Tell me more about this. Oh, got the Emperor. Got the King of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. It feels like it is something that is of value. It could be financial for some of you. It could be a promotion or a raise for some of you because we've got the King of Pentacles who is really well off. If it is about money or a job, I feel like you might be in the financial sector, or you might be moving into a job that pays a lot more or gives you a lot more status. Like you might be moving into the place that the boss was in. Maybe you're going to become the manager or the boss. It feels like there's a decision coming up after the end of a cycle. And the new cycle that's coming is making you very happy. Now, I don't think that the cycle itself is making you very happy. I feel like you already are happy. But I think what you're happy about is something is changing finally. And there's movement finally. You get to make a decision, but you're making it from a place of power now. You're not making it from a place of lack, because when the 9 of Cups is here, you're very happy on the inside. When the Emperor is here, you are already in control of all of your energy. So it feels like you are making a decision from a place of power and not a place of lack. Something here is about to change, and you're going to see it as good luck. Let's find out what else is going on for Sag here. Tell me about the Hanged Man, Piscean energy here. Oh, we've got the Lovers. We've got the 6 of Pentacles, and we've got the Ace of Cups. We've got the 2 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So it feels like you've been trying to keep your balance possibly in the pause, waiting for something to change. It feels like in that time, you've gotten to know yourself a little better, the awareness. You've come to some sort of awareness. And the awareness is that things take time. The very interesting thing about this particular Ace of Cups is you can see that there's a pearl in the oyster. But the only way that a pearl gets into the oyster is if sand gets in there and irritates it first. And then it begins to build and build and build as it's rolling around inside the oyster. Now, I feel like something has been building for a while, but I think it's through irritation, if you understand what I'm saying. That the Ace of Cups definitely could be a new cycle of love. It could be a new exciting opening of the heart space, but it feels like it is, for some of you, it could be the 6 of Pentacles. It could be giving reciprocal energy to someone in energy of love. The Lovers is here, right? I want to say that if it seems like you've been stuck in purgatory for a while, Sagittarius, that the universe was actually putting you into this place of pause so you could gain awareness that irritation and things that irritate you are actually working in your favor. they actually end up bringing you to a place of choice. When you don't need anything, it flips into wanting. And that's when you have a choice. When you feel the need to have something and you chase it and chase it and chase it, you have no opportunity to say no. It's a need. But when you have an opportunity to want something, I feel like that's what we're seeing here. So for some of you, this is a choice. Finally, you flipped into this energy of something that maybe was irritating you for a while, but now you've gotten into the flow. I feel like the Hanged Man energy and the Ace of Cups is telling me you're now in the flow, your heart is open, and you're ready to give reciprocal energy to someone. That's what you're choosing. After being in this place of really trying hard to keep things in balance, I don't think you really need to try that hard anymore. Tell me why the Chariot is here, because I feel like that you have been in this pause, and in that pause, you've gained so many things. You've gained stability. You've gained the ability to make decisions through wisdom, because the Emperor has wisdom. And when things change, it doesn't rock your stability. I feel like this Tower, whatever the Tower is for you, maybe you lost your job, maybe you ended up with a divorce, maybe you ended up, a relationship ended, something catastrophic happened for you, but the deception was that it was going to stay catastrophic forever, where I feel it was something that was meant to teach you something. And I think that whoever I'm reading for got the lesson. We've got, oh, look at that, the Three of Cups is here. And now you are in the Chariot with your discipline, excited and ready, Cancer energy, to take your emotions and move forward here. We've got the Three of Cups here, also Cancer energy. We've got the King of Wands. Look, you got wisdom out of this whole thing. That's what it is. The Emperor there is standing in control because of the wisdom. Because now you're not starting from the beginning. You're starting from wisdom. I feel like you have to have the courage to allow happiness and joy in again, Sag. And I think that might be a challenge possibly for those of you who don't yet have the wisdom of the King of Wands, which is being selective about where you put your fire. When you're in the Knight of Wands, you're not very selective. I'm just saying. You're just throwing your energy at people, being brave, doing things that are risky. But the King of Wands has learned the wisdom of pulling back my fire and choosing when to use it, right? The Lovers is here. Choosing when to use my fire, when it's going to benefit me. It feels like somebody is about to celebrate their wisdom. I waited for the right one, or I waited for the right job. I waited to see the joy. You had the courage to do that. We've got the Hierophant on the bottom of the deck. It does feel like it could be something that ends up being stable or sturdy. Or this is telling me, Taurus energy, that you were stubborn enough and dug your heels in and waited for the right thing to come along when you had the courage to accept the Ten of Cups, which is joy. Look, if you're the person who has lived in this place of fire for a really long time, or you've lived in a place where you just didn't get what you wanted, or things weren't working out, or your job was terrible, or your relationship broke up. And I feel like somebody here is climbing out of the pit. That's what it feels like. Look, I'm going to put down 3 cards and we're going to go into the extended. This usually ends up being some advice. It also ends up being what's going to happen next in some cases. We're going to go into the extended. If you'd like to be there with us, please look at the top of the comments. There is a one pinned comment, and in that pinned comment, if you open it and click on more, you will see that there is a link there for the membership. That's where I put all of the extendeds. All of the extendeds go into the membership. If you decide to join the membership for a minimal price per month, by the way, you will get a minimum of 4 extendeds in a month, and that's if you're watching for one sign. If you're watching for more signs, you'll get 4 for each of those. If you're interested in purchasing this outright, you can just purchase this one if you'd like to. There's a link in that pinned comment. But if you're interested in a private read, please know that my pre-records begin at $25. Those are going out in 48 hours. And if you, I have many packages. So if you want to look through that and click on the link to Hypsee, take a look at what my packages are like. And if you're interested in getting any sort of help through a reading and some spiritual advisement, I'd be happy to do that for you. I also am taking live calls, so if you're interested in speaking to me over the phone, speaking to me face-to-face through video or in text, you can do that as well. Please look at my schedule, and you'll get anywhere between 5 and 75% off of the live calls in order as long as you book ahead. Okay, let's find out what is going on with the 3 additional cards into the extended. We're going to clarify all of this, by the way, and give more explanation, and then we'll talk about this. Oh, you know what I really love is that we did see the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck, and for me, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. Now, the teacher is at the bottom of the deck. I feel like you become the spiritual teacher, and the teacher hasn't yet appeared, but the student is ready. I feel like you're the student. I feel like you've learned a lot of things. We've got the King of Swords. You've learned to, I'm going to say, be honest and truthful, that you are very factual. You're someone who's looking at things now head over heart. You're not allowing emotions to run the show, I'm going to say. The King of Swords is somebody who is the last word, right? The person who is really thinking of things that are logical and factual. I'm not making decisions based on my emotions. And so I feel like that's what this pause was about. It was about teaching you that you have to make decisions that are right for you, not only emotionally good for you. And then we have the Devil here. It feels like you start looking through this Devil energy. Why did I have doubt? Why couldn't I let go of the thing back there? I think that the King of Swords comes along with the sword and says, you know what? I can just cut what the ties that bound me, because now I see logically that there's no logical reason for me to hang on to what was back there, because now I'm in this flow of good luck. I've got the courage to take the lessons, and now we're going to move forward into this era of thriving. I really do feel like that is going to be your next season here. Bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Swords. Yep. I feel like you are, you're saying it out loud now. You're standing up, you're saying it out loud. It's going to intimidate some people. It's even going to send some people running that may not come back. But you've got boundaries. You're walking to the beat of your own drum, and you're not listening to what people say. You're actually creating the place where you will walk rather than walking in the steps of other people. Let's go into the extended. If you'd like to come there, Sag, you know how to get there. Please go to the pinned comment and you'll see all the information that I was talking about. I'm going to go for now, but I'll be back because I'm always back, and see you in the extended. And if I don't, that's cool because, well, I'll be back anyway. You guys take care. Bye-bye.